We have on our hands what looks like possibly an abuse of power by a sergeant on TikTok that has now come after E4. Now it looks like commands are involved and they've shut down this party. Now I get this DM from someone that says this army specialist called out an NCO for making multiple SH, you can insinuate what that means, by the way, related content on TikTok, and she was chastised by her leadership for calling him out over social media. And he used his rank to say she was being racist, among other things, in order for him not to get in trouble. Her leadership stated it was perception from the NCO that was reality for her. Infidel Nora on TikTok has clips of his videos on her TikTok when she spoke about it. Now, Joel does look to have a lot of humor, comedy, and things like that that are very lighthearted across her TikTok.
Help is on the way, dear! Mrs. Doubtfire! Help is on the way!
Also includes on her Instagram as well, fitness, very much positive vibes, but that did not come across in the video she posted about Sergeant Galloway. Now, Sergeant Galloway was in this video told that he was being a perpetrator of SHSA incidents. I will tell you, I don't have that original video from Joel, but it looks like that has been taken down. I've still found the video that was posted by Sergeant Galloway. Now, it was difficult to find that video because it looks like Sergeant Galloway, which also goes by the name Don't Mind G. He normally does post light-hearted, low-hanging fruit comedy, to be honest, from what I've seen, is that his TikTok is now private, and I'm sure that's probably for a very good reason. He reached out to her command to take down her video, even though his videos very specifically do cover SASH. Now, it does look like Joel has talked about this after this whole thing has gone down with her command, talks about what they've told her.
What's up, TikTok? It's Joel. So some of you might have seen, I posted a video calling out an NCO who posted a video. He did not make it. He simply posted it on his own personal profile of a video making fun of sexual harassment and sexual assault, specifically quid pro quo. By and far, I've never received any complaints about my TikToks. I've never received any backlash for it. Perhaps a little bit of heat, but I used it to warm my ass. Today, an NCO from Fort Lee contacted my NCO and told him that I have TikToks that are racist, homophobic, where I am making a mockery of the army, where I'm half naked, and generally just terrible adjectives to describe my content. And my leadership said, perception's reality. He said there's two sides to this coin. There's people that think your stuff is funny, and then there's the other side of the coin that apparently will always win. Long story short, people with rank and authority have the right to impose their personal feelings and emotions that are not regulations or protocol on what I post and how I post it and how I express myself. Generally, my intention for my TikToks are positive, lighthearted. I like to create a safe space for behavioral health awareness, being a woman in the army and being feminine in the military, creating a safe place for comedy, for laughter, influencing people of all ages and all genders to work out, to feel better, to do whatever empowers you, really. I did my best to be unapologetically myself. And in the end, ultimately, the thing that bit me in the ass was standing up to an NCO posting a video that mocked sexual harassment and assault. I do believe that if I had not posted that video, I would not be reprimanded. I can no longer post videos in uniform. I can no longer post videos that represent the Department of Defense or the Army. The Army has built me as an adult, as a person, as someone that can serve myself and create structure for myself so that I can live. I never intended for the Army to be represented in any other way other than that. But on the other hand, I won't and don't stray from calling out the things that I feel like are a detriment to my fellow soldiers. And I know the people that did not agree with what I posted and maybe things that I have posted in the past are probably so happy that they won. You think you won, but I am one voice of thousands. And trust me, I will not be the last woman that yells the loudest. And for those of you that actually personally like me, I'll still be posting here and there. I'll see about what I can think of. Big love.
Now, to be honest with you guys, people are not alone, and this is the internet where everything lives forever. It is known by higher leadership that this has happened, and it looks like there is a first lieutenant, prior enlisted soldier that's come out to her defense to kind of talk about this and see this go down.
Watching this dialogue back and forth for a while now, and I'm not surprised. And before I continue, let me produce some credentials. 4 years ago, I walked across the stage to earn my stripes. And I bring this up because it's 100% an NCO using his grade and position for personal safety. The absolute reaching and blaming this on racism between these two is asinine and absolutely disgusting. I hope I never, as an active duty officer, reserve or guard, whichever I choose to do after, I hope I never cross paths with this NCO because he's dangerous. The United States Army will never get past this until they hear both sides, instead of this bullshit leadership philosophy of perception is reality. That's old, that's outdated, and it does not work. But let me put some stripes on and put myself in your shoes and give you some perception. Is this not your club, Sergeant Gallimore? Is this not your club holding twerk contests?
You shit though. Hey, my name's Sergeant G. I'm your sponsor. What's your name? PFC. Is it Throat Goat? Throat Goat?
I'm sorry. Throat Goat?
This bitch is not all that. Been bucked up about this bitch. This bitch is regular.
Oof. So call it racism all you want. You are just mad you got caught. I think what's worse is you claimed it wasn't yours, you just reposted it. Methinks it's just as bad. I'm disappointed you took it as far as to silence Joel, but you will not silence me. Best of luck in your endeavors. No one is more professional than I, Roger. Whoa.
Now, if you also look at her story over on Instagram, she has a clown face and says they are making her delete her TikTok. I'm trying to understand how that's going to be the case because I have my own assessments of this.
The Joel Patrol out on duty, freaking looking for justice, and I do very much so appreciate it. I am gonna swallow this one with pride. Was me calling out this NCO by name and rank on social media appropriate or within Army Regulation 600-20? No, it absolutely wasn't. Would I do it again? Absolutely. Because I did report Sergeant First Class Peters within the appropriate Sharp Avenue, and it didn't end well. He is now probably retired with all of his little benefits. Even if you are a law-abiding female, keeps her head down, passes her boards, if you are personally crossed in any way, shape, or form, the Army will be thankless to you. And I can only imagine the amount of men that have been sexually harassed or assaulted in the workplace but don't feel comfortable with saying anything. Because as much as misogyny has a gorilla grip on the Army's neck, toxic masculinity is grabbing it by its balls. I see soldiers every day. Soldiers reach out to me. They are simply existing, trying to get through every day, hating their lives. They don't want to wake up. They don't want to get out of bed. They have leadership that leave them high and dry during a personal or professional crisis, giving them more scrutiny than support, essentially leaving them in a lower moral ground than they started at. Heaven forbid they end their lives, which would only be discovered if they were FTR the next day. That aside, I would like to say that I've had a majority positive experience in the military, and intended for my TikToks to reflect just that. I get up for work every day. I really like to. I get to work out, I get to improve my body, which is something I've really found a passion for. I get to work with my patients who love me, trust me, my PA trusts me. People have faith in what I do as a medic. I came into the Army very lost, very depressed, very suicidal, fat, and freaking completely directionless personally and professionally. And the Army gave me the nest to grow as an adult. And now I'm gonna get out and I feel very confident in my next adventure in college. And that's what I intended to reflect in my TikToks. There was no malice, no mockery, just I'm having a good time in a place where a lot of people don't. I don't skip work. I don't make fake appointments. I don't make fun of my leadership. I'm not upset with the leadership I have until, of course, yesterday. My leadership did not come to bat for me because someone said something about my TikToks. They did not defend me at all. And my problem with being reprimanded for my TikToks has nothing to do with it skirting the lines of some regulations. It has to do with my TikToks being the whale poop of the issues in the Army. The only DFAC across the street, which is the only one within like 3 or 4 miles of my barracks, has been closed down for over a year. Other than that, the DFAC food here is inedible. I've heard many cases, including in my unit, where E7s have sex with privates when they're married. And when you bring up the mistreatment of soldiers, when you bring up their right to be treated as human beings, to be tended to as such, you're a snowflake. You're weak. You're not like the olden days. How dare you demand not even respect, but a generally livable environment? The military has a lot of issues, but a soldier that loves her job and calls out toxic leadership, even on social media, is not one of them. See y'all on the flip side.
I will say, if you're looking at perception as reality, right, and we're still going to stick with that theme of this entire video, you do look at Sergeant Galloway's little new nightclub where he uses kind of that standard, I would say, trashy, like low-end club promotional type look that's there. And it's usually women that are like barely dressed pretty much that are on the front, and he's trying to get people to go there, and it looks like this is going to be a hub for military members to get all their Article 15s, because I'm telling you, this doesn't look like a good spot to be when you're leaving base and trying to enjoy your Friday, Saturday night, and you're trying to avoid trouble. But that's just me. I've been in the military far too long to just say, that looks not good. Can they tell her not to post TikToks? That is something I would say this person should go over to their legal office and should also go to their public affairs people. I don't know who the sergeant is that told her she can't make stuff in uniform. I don't know who it is that's making her delete her TikTok, but there are some legal boundaries that are held by service members that, you know, can say that they can order them to do X, Y, or Z. Find out from those people before you even move forward with this. Now, I'm trying to get this idea from Sergeant Galloway's perspective. Maybe he saw this as disrespect. And I could understand that as maybe an E4 coming after an E5 on social media, but I have to sit in the camp of, if you're wrong, you're wrong. And if you're a person, whether you made it or didn't make it, we are in the world of symbolism. We're in the world of people trying to crack down on extremism. You can't like certain things. You can't share certain things. You can't do, like, this is not part of that side of the camp, but this is definitely part of, like, the liking, sharing stuff that we're trained not to do. Now, to be fair, I did not see the original video again to talk about her disgust for this video that he shared that was not his. And I do find it interesting how the command is handling this on this specialist side. But let me know, what do you guys think about this in regards to who should be right, who should be wrong? If you guys like this channel, always support over at patreon.com for special perks and benefits. On top of that, the YouTube join button below this video. If you have questions about this or anything else, or you want to share a news story with me, hit me up over on my social medias down below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.